right, welcome to One Nation, a Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. I am your host, Kirk DeMars, and I am excited about tonight's program. Why do you ask, am I excited about tonight's program? Because we've got two amazing guests. First of all, we've got the Jay Gill joining us again back out in Colorado, and I'm excited to have my son in law join us. You know what he brings to this program, so we're going to make sure that he's well rested, he's ready to bring it. And then we've got another guest, but I'm going to have Jay talk to you a little bit about that. So let's go ahead and bring Jay on in from Colorado right now. What is going
Well,
on?
hey, what's
Welcome,
up, Dad?
welcome, 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 welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. When I found out we were going to have the cover athlete, the star himself, um, Mr. Joseph Kuster, I was just like, I can't wait. I have to be here for this. I canceled plans. I beat up school children to drive here quickly. Um, as you all know, I have 5 kids. So, yeah, I had to beat them up when I got home just to get to the bedroom so I could sit down and do this. I'm very excited, Dad. Very excited.
Well, I'm not so excited about you beating up my grandkids, but we'll just have to we'll have to talk about that a little bit later.
I think I'm going to see you here in a couple weeks. I'm sure.
Uh
I'm
huh.
sure you'll pay it back. No big deal.
Absolutely. Hey, why don't you
Hey,
share a little bit about what we've got going on, a little bit about Joe, and I know you always have
oh
good
man.
stuff to talk about
Oh,
people. So,
absolutely. So, as I said, he's the cover of our issue. I hope Dad has a cover to show. Maybe he's saving it for later. Joe started his high school season his senior season only needing 28 more wins to reach his goal of 150 career wins. That's quite a feat. It's not enjoyed by many wrestlers. He finished this season 33-4. So not only did he hit his milestone, he went a little over it. He got some more. He also went to state this season, and for the third year in a row, he finished fourth place at state. Now I know if you read any articles, I know Joe talked about being a little disappointed with his finish, and I'm sitting here like, you're the fourth best in class 3 at 150 pounds. And that's not all. You
that's not
wrestled the
all.
entire senior season with a torn ACL. I don't even understand it. My mind is blown. I didn't even know you could walk when that was going on. So he's got this huge knee brace on while he's wrestling this year, and he's still beating the snot out of kids. Look, Dad, this is a guy I don't want to pick a fight with. I will stick with my kids because they're a little easier for me to put in arm bars. So let's bring on the guy that could definitely beat me up, Mr. Joseph Kuster.
Hey, Joe, how
Hey,
you doing?
what's up? I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
I'm good. I'm just intimidated.
I'm gonna need to talk to you a little bit about teaching my grandkids some moves because you heard what took place tonight. They need to be able to defend themselves.
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
Awesome.
no, like so we took photos of Joe. I remember being there. We went. My wife had such a good time because while I was hanging out with some of the other kids, I remember she took Joseph out front. She did some pictures of him there, and then we put him in the wrestling mat. And I'm telling you, I don't want to fight this guy. I was scared. I probably weighed 150 pounds in the fourth grade, but all I'm saying is he would roll my 250-pound frame up like a pretzel and just lay me down. Joe,
You
you
remember
are
this?
an impressive. Yeah, I remember that.
You
You are
remember
an
that?
impressive specimen. Um,
Thank you.
very, very Greek godlike. I'm super
Oh, I don't
excited to
know about
talk to
that.
him.
How many
You've got a
Very
times?
few.
excited.
How many times did we have you climb that rope, Joe? I mean, it was like ridiculous. I mean,
It was a
you
bunch.
were you were able to keep going up and down, and I'm thinking, I might have made it halfway up once.
It was probably like three or
What?
four, but it was all
Yeah,
right. It wasn't too
yeah,
much. It was good.
yeah. Well, you were
No,
able to do it, and you
we're
did it well.
super glad you're on the program. Super glad you're
Thank you.
here.
Me
Thank
too.
you so much. So
Thank you.
first of all, Congratulations, man, on another outstanding finish at the state tournament. I think it's incredible what you've been able to accomplish. So tell me, what was so special about this year's tournament for you?
It was the last one, so I had to make it special. State tournament's probably my favorite tournament I've ever been to. It's just a different vibe. Everybody there is so good. They're all deserving of being there, and you just love being there with them. My team brought more people than we thought we were going to bring, and wrestling with the torn ACL, I didn't know if I was going to even wrestle this year, but I'm glad I did, and I was able to make it to state and end up placing again. Not as high as I'd like, but a medal's a medal, so I'll got to be grateful.
Dude, I don't know if I've ever been the fourth best at anything. So I'm telling you, especially when you're looking at the whole state, when you're looking at the fluffiest guy in the room, I can usually finish top four. But anyways, uh, you touched on it. You said you had an ACL injury. From my understanding, like you had torn ACL. Like how are you even able to wrestle and do what you did this year?
Yeah, I don't know. It was difficult. There was ups and downs throughout the whole season. I was just wrestling through adversity pretty much. Um, so I tore it playing soccer in the fall and didn't finish out my senior season of soccer. But then we get to season, and my dad gave me the option to wrestle or get surgery, and he gave me the option to get surgery whenever I wanted. If I ended up wrestling, and I ended up wrestling, and we got through it. It was difficult. It was different. I had to change my style up a little bit. I was not able to be as explosive as I was before, but uh, I was able to adapt and overcome in the end, pretty much.
Wow. So really, we got Coach Blake to blame for your injury. We'll just
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely his fault.
Don't worry, I'll text him now. I'll send him a text right now. How dare you, Coach Blake? How dare you?
Yeah,
No, hopefully he's watching. We absolutely love Coach Blake. He's fantastic.
yeah.
But
He's a great
man,
guy.
like people get an ACL injury and they can't do anything for a year, and you're like, I'm gonna wrestle my entire senior season. I just don't understand. Like where does the pain tolerance come in? Like that had to hurt. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, it definitely bothered me a little bit, but like I had torn my left or the ACL on my left knee the summer before, so I kind of knew it was coming when I tore it, but it just kind of just limited me to certain positions. I wasn't able to
Okay.
like drive off of it or anything. There was many times throughout the season where like something called like a pivot shift happened, where my knee just like shifted and popped, and then it just like went dead for a few minutes, but luckily like I was able to brace it up and hope like I was able to figure out which positions worked for me and which
Yeah.
positions I didn't want to put myself into, and I was able to figure that out. And it honestly it didn't bug me too much throughout the season. I definitely noticed it in most of my matches, but I kind of had to just block it out of my memory and out
Wow.
of my thoughts and get through it.
So
Jay,
did you have to wear a brace then?
Yeah, so I had it was a pretty big brace. It went down from mid thigh to mid shin probably, and it. So wrestling has a whole bunch of rules, so I had to put like 3 or 4 layers over top of it to protect the other guys that I was wrestling against. So the brace itself, it limited as much as I could bend it. So
Yep.
I was more like vulnerable to certain guys' attacks and stuff. But it was weird. I mean, I wrestled my sophomore season with the brace on my other leg from getting it repaired, so I was kind of used to it. But it was definitely different with it torn than being on the way through recovery.
wow. What are you going to be able to
I
do
mean,
with two whole legs going into
Oh, I don't
the
know.
next
I
level?
I don't know. I'm pretty excited to find out, though. I don't know. It's pretty exciting thing in the
Wow.
future.
And you were talking about the
all
different positions. I mean, Jay was talking. I'm thinking with torn ACL, the only position I'd be able to do is like a fetal position. I'd be just down on the ground.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know. I
with
just
you,
had to.
Dad. But look, in defense of your opponents, there's only one way I'm taking you down, and I'm going right after your knee. If I see that, like, hey, I'm sorry, buddy, I'm going after that, uh, because I can't beat you. I have to find your weakness. So, man, no, but that's crazy. You mentioned your dad. You said he gave you the option. So your dad Ben, he's a physical therapist and an athletic trainer.
Yep.
So talk more about what he did as far as helping you get prepared for this season. I mean, dude, you had a record of 33-4. You finished fourth place at state. You medaled. So obviously he had to help you train. So I'm blown away by how you did it, and I'm curious what your dad did to help you with that.
Yeah, so after I tore it, he pretty much knew it was torn, and he just didn't want to tell me. So we ended up going to the doctor a few days later to have the actual doctor tell me that it was torn. But after that, we pretty much just went into the clinic, and he helped me strengthen up the muscles around my ACL to make sure it was stable enough as he or like good enough to get through the season, and work on my mobility and making sure it was all feeling all right, feeling the best it could for the time being. But he was super helpful. All of his like coworkers, they all worked with me, and he fit me into his schedule. And he let me know when I should practice, what I should do at practice most of the time. And yeah, it's just a blessing to have him there for me and know all the things that he does.
How did that affect your conditioning and some of the other things that you would typically do?
Yeah, so usually wrestling conditioning, you go for a lot of runs, get your endurance up, but I wasn't able to do that with my ACL. So I was always on the air bike a lot and on the rowing machine. But it was difficult during practice. I got frustrated a bunch. I hate losing, and I would always lose in the sprints and all that. So I just had to accept my losses in the wrestling room, in the practice room, and go release it on the actual mat. But yeah, it's difficult, but we got through it thanks to the bikes and rowing machines.
Awesome.
Talk about the pressure that you put on all of your teammates. Like if I was a coach and I saw anyone giving me any attitude, I'd be like, he has a torn ACL. And you're going to mouth off to me right now? Go run more laps, son. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
As a coach, I'd be like, thank you for being so strong, Mr. Kuster. I'm going to use you against everyone else. Like that's impressive, man. Um, Talking about your coaches, how did they help prepare you day in and day out?
oh yeah, they were incredible. They were a big part of it. They knew they knew what I was capable of. They knew I had it in me, and they understood if I had to sit out during certain drills and like fear of hurting it even more. They just supported me through the whole thing. They didn't want me to wrestle if I was uncomfortable doing it. They just wanted the best for me. They figured out how to push me even with my injury. So it was a lot of mental training throughout this season compared to physical, but it was
Jay,
incredible.
Jay, I mean, this is a good young man. I mean, here we were just talking about Coach Blake just a moment ago, and he pipes in with this. Here we go, JoJo. Class act and top class athlete at JC. Heck of a leader on and off the field, mat and pitch. And so, wow. Thank you, Coach Blake. We're sorry Jay was saying it was your fault.
Hey, all I'm saying is, coach better be nice to you, considering he's the one that, put you through the pressure to tear your ACL. So,
Yeah,
Coach Blake, come on. I'm kidding. Like we said earlier, Coach, we love you. Thank you for
Absolutely.
commenting. You are the man. Um, so yeah, man, if we should have had him on tonight too as a guest
yeah.
host. He would have had a great time harassing Joe
Oh
with
man,
me.
yeah,
That would have been awesome.
yeah. He was a great support through this whole thing as well. He was texting me every other week or so, making sure I was all right. He was super disappointed when I got hurt, but he was super
Yeah,
supportive afterwards. But yeah, he's a great coach.
that's
You
awesome.
guys don't tempt me. I could try to get him on here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You know I
I
could
love
do
it.
it.
I love it. All right. Um, Well, before we head to a sponsorship break, I kind of want to hear about your soccer experience and a little bit about Coach Blake and your teammates, if you don't mind talking about them.
Yeah, sure. My relationship with soccer is kind of a love-hate relationship since high school, but Coach Blake, the JC soccer team, all everybody that supports it, it's a love situation there. But he's a great coach. He's capable of incredible things. Like last season, we didn't have the best season, and then we come in this year, lost some guys, and we ended up winning the district title. He just knows how to adapt and overcome, and he's just a great coach. Everybody on the team is all in, so it was just incredible. It was awesome to be around those guys. We still stay in touch all the time, but the J soccer program is just it's something else.
So
Yep, that's very cool.
how were you able to participate in that this year, Joe?
So I got hurt about halfway through the season. I was contributing to the varsity lineup before that, but after that, I pretty much became like kind of an assistant coach slash manager. I would get them balls, air them up, get them cones. I'd coach them up a little bit, uh, as much as I could, but it was pretty much just support. I wasn't able to participate on the field, but I could contribute off of the field and making sure their mental space was in the right place. But I don't know. I don't know if the boys enjoyed it, but I hope they did. I think they did. But it was awesome. I loved still being able to be a part of the team, even though I wasn't on the field anymore. But it was incredible.
Well, you've covered your soccer coach, and he is an awesome man. Why don't
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit about your wrestling coaches?
So yeah, we have a bunch of incredible wrestling coaches. Our wrestling staff is just full of intensity, full of love. Um, they're just awesome. Like our we had a little bit of coaching situation go on at the beginning of season, but we got it all figured out. Coach Nathan Redk came in as head coach, and he did an incredible job. He got us CMAC, or we were the conference team. We did pretty good at districts. He was CMAC coach of the year, I believe. He yeah he brought in some good guys that weren't a part of the coaching staff before. Jalen Laughlin, he came in, he helped out. He helped out with the middle school before, but he's a J alumni. He went to University of Penn, UPenn, and he wrestled there, so that was awesome. But they were all incredible. They all supported me, our teammates, got us all ready for state and what we got after high school. So it was awesome.
That is cool. That's very cool.
Speaking of
Yeah.
very cool, we were talking about, since you're living out in Colorado, Jay, you're wearing a pretty cool hat right now.
Yeah.
Man, I enjoy putting on my Chiefs gear out here in Colorado. You get a lot of people giving you the side eye and the stink eye. And when I first did it, I was confused. I was like, "Why? What's everyone's problem?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm in Broncos country. I'm gonna rub it in just a little more." So I do love putting it on because everyone, who watches One Nation with me, I know they love the Chiefs. So this is good.
Way to represent. Way to represent.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we've run through that first segment, and while you work on the static of the mountains, Mister Gill, we're going to quickly show our sponsor, and we'll be right back. Doing a great job, Joe.
Ever wish you could choose the days or shifts you work each week? You can. At CNS Business Services, they're adapting to the way people want to work. CNS is working with area employers, establishing new, innovative ways to work with flexible schedules. Flexible scheduling is designed to find employment that suits your lifestyle. Whether you're a student, a retiree, or need extra income, flexible scheduling at CNS allows you to decide when you work. Call CNS. Your schedule, you're in control. CNS Business Services.
Say yes to CNS.
Well, Jay, I'm absolutely impressed with our guest, and he comes from a very talented and amazing family. We'll get into that here in this next segment. But talking about talented and amazing people, why don't you share a little bit about CNS?
Yeah, we love CNS Business Services. They've been around with us since we started One Nation, a Sports Locker magazine extra. but they've been around a lot longer than us, man. They've been around for 45 years right there in the mid Missouri area. And when I say mid Missouri, I want to make sure you guys understand how wide I'm talking. I'm talking Eldon, Fulton, Westphalia, Columbia, Rolla, Marshall, Boonville, Freeburg, Mexico, Tipton, Versailles. They are all over a huge area right there in mid Missouri. If you're looking for a job, if you need help with flexible scheduling, I'm telling you, get linked up with CNS Business Services. They are a company that just check all my core values, and the people there are fantastic. You won't be disappointed. If you're someone listening and you own a business, if you're needing help with temporary staffing, if you need temp to hire, if you need direct hire, if you need help with your payroll services, CNS Business Services does all of that. Not only are they helping with staffing, they also help with employment services, such as doing W 2s, payroll. They'll take care of all of that so that way you can that'll save you time and reduce your administrative costs. So I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Reach out to CNS Business Services. They'll help you out.
And it's not just that. I mean, they do a fantastic job with that, their job, but they do a whole bunch of other things for our community and for
Yep.
Mid Missouri as far as helping out with many of the great not for profits, just pitching in with our community, making Jefferson City a much better place. So we can't say
Yep.
enough good things about them. So, well, Jay, you always do so well with that. Wow. Speaking of doing well,
Hey,
speaking of doing well, let's get back to the guy that's doing really well and let's bring him back on here. How's
let's do it.
that? All right, Joe. You know you hear Jay. Jay is just like he's a professional. You know,
Yeah,
it's just we just have to sit back and just smile and admiration. That's all we can do.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that is all you guys can do. Smile and admire away. I love it. Thank you, Dad. So Joe,
Hey, wait, whoa, 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 whoa,
we
whoa,
want to
whoa, whoa,
talk.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
whoa.
We got Dakota Acock is putting a little quick message on here, and I'm
Oh
gonna read it
gosh.
for you. It says, "Big fan of this dork. You know, I
Well,
don't
there you
know
go.
Yeah.
that." Wow, wow, Dakota. Easily one of the top athletes I have had the pleasure to work with, not just in talent but in character. My only complaint that was that he would love to surprise me with wrestling matches during soccer practice, and I unfortunately have never wrestled. They were they were over very quickly.
Yeah.
Awesome, very good. Thank you, Dakota.
Yeah, thanks, coach.
Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right. So, Joe, we want to talk about that awesome family of yours as well. So, tell us about your mom and dad and what they've meant to you through your high school sports careers.
Yeah, my parents are awesome. They're the best support anybody could ask for. My dad, he's always there with medical and physical and mental support. My mom's always there to make sure I'm feeling all right. Like my heart's okay. You know, she sacrificed a lot for me and my brothers. Uh, she's just an incredible lady, super nice lady, super passionate about the sport, loved everybody. She's just a super nice lady, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without her. They sacrificed so much when we were younger to get us to all these club events, and they had to pick and choose which events to go to when I was in high school and my brothers were in college. They were just incredible. I don't know how they do it.
So, go ahead and touch on your older brothers here, real quick. I know you have two of them, and if
Mhm.
according to your article I read, they're both wrestling in college.
Yeah. So I have two brothers, Peter and Will. They both wrestle at Drury University in Springfield, Missouri, and yeah, they're
Wow.
incredible wrestlers. Peter's a four-time national qualifier, two-time All-American. Um, he had 5 years of eligibility, so he was able to do that. Will is in his he has 2 more years of eligibility, and he's already qualified for nationals once. So they're great influence. I love to wrestle with them over Christmas and anytime they're home, and I get to go down and wrestle with them a bunch. So it's awesome to learn from them. It's incredible.
Hey Joe, real quick, what weights do they wrestle at? And you wrestled at 150, right?
Yes, sir. My oldest brother Peter, he wrestled at 141. He ended up taking fourth at nationals this year. My brother Will, he wrestles 165, and he made it to nationals this year, and he's hoping to do even better next year.
That's great.
Dude, that's incredible. Um, if I'm not mistaken, you also have a younger brother, right?
Yeah, Benjamin, he's 11 years old. He's not much of a wrestler though.
Yeah.
What does
Well, I
Benjamin like
wouldn't
to
be
do?
either if my older brothers could fold me up like a pretzel and stuff me behind the couch and say, "You stay back there and shut your mouth." Like, man, I mean, you guys are so intimidating. Let them hit a growth spurt, you
Yeah, he's
know.
He's
like,
mean though. He's
is he
Eventually,
mean?
he's
yeah.
mean and strong. I don't know why he doesn't wrestle. He's good at it in the living room.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so all right, it's in his blood. It's in his
Yeah,
blood.
yeah.
What sport? What sport does he like playing?
He's a big soccer guy. He's a good soccer player, but
Cool.
yeah, Coach Blake he's hoping that he gets him soon, but he'll have to wait a little bit.
Yeah. Coach
Okay.
Blake, Coach Acock, they're all ready to go, right?
Oh, you betcha.
So you touched on club wrestling earlier. You talked about that your older brothers were in it, and then you were even in it. And I loved reading about that in your article as well. Man, I keep bringing up that article. If you guys haven't read this incredible article, I'm telling you, check it out. It's an awesome article about Mr. Joseph here. And so, anyways, um, in that article, you talked about the club that you wrestled in and how much of an influence it had on your career. So go ahead and speak into that.
Yeah, I wrestled for a club called Ironman Elite. So it was in Millersburg, Missouri, which is a little past Fulton. It's just a tiny town. We wrestled in his separate garage, but it was pretty cool. It produced a couple of Olympians, a bunch of D1 athletes. Um, it was just awesome. I was able to surround myself with some incredible people. I don't know if you guys know who Jaden Cox is, but he went to Hickman High School and then Mizzou, and then
Yeah.
he ended up winning worlds and won a bronze medal at the Olympics. I was on the same team as him for a couple
Wow.
years until he got to high school, and I was able to be on the same team as my brothers. There's a few guys at Mizzou right now, a guy at Oklahoma State. I was just able to surround myself with incredible people, incredible wrestlers, and just learn off of them. So it's I was just lucky enough to to be able to do that.
Yeah, but you were doing it kind of like, it's a little different. It's like having one arm tied behind your back. You were doing it with one leg one year, one leg the next year. So,
Yeah,
you could always
I
throw that
guess.
out there.
Yeah, yeah,
No, I know what you mean. I mean, I know your brothers were extremely talented, and I'm sure that
yeah,
helped motivate and drive you as well as all that other great experience, great coaching as well.
yeah. Of course.
So, what's been your most memorable moment as a J wrestler?
Um, I don't know. I got a lot of good memories. Uh, Obviously, my freshman year, I got to wrestle with one of my older brothers. He was a senior at that time, so I got to wrestle with him. That was awesome. But this year, throughout this season, probably my best memory, my favorite memory is beating Helias in our duel. We were incredible underdogs, and we ended up doubling them with score. So that was an awesome memory. Every time we go to the state tournament, that's a good memory. I mean, I wrestled at state throughout the COVID years, and it was just weird. It was a weird time, but
Yep.
I got to experience a bunch of venues, and I got to wrestle with a lot of good people. I don't really have any like standout matches that I remember, but probably the Helias duel this year when we doubled their score.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I'm
So,
sure that they couldn't forget it either.
yeah.
yeah. They ended up beating us in districts though,
Oh,
so that
okay,
was
all right,
unfortunate. They got
okay,
us back a little bit.
okay.
Yeah.
So, what's next on your plate? Like, are you planning on taking this to college, or what's on your plans?
Yeah, I'm attending Drury University and wrestling there with my brothers next year. So that'll be super fun. It's in Springfield, Missouri, Division II. But I'm working on getting recovered right now, and then I'll start putting some weight on, get ready for that college wrestling. It's a little bit different than high school, so that'll be a fun transition. Change my style a little bit and get on another great team.
That will be that'll be pretty fun. Be able to get down there with your brothers.
Yep.
We'll
Yep.
get to some more questions on that in the speed round, but
Oh,
uh,
okay.
Oh,
I've got
oh.
a good one there. Um,
Okay, I'll let you do that.
okay, so your cover on Sports Locker, we talked about how awesome this was. Um, any autograph seekers, Joe? Your little brother,
Oh, you'd be surprised. There was a few of them.
Coach
It
Blake.
was it was. He didn't actually ask for an autograph. I was kind of disappointed, but
Okay,
Oh, come
it's
on,
okay.
coach.
I can still get him one. It was kind of weird. I don't know. I don't have a very good signature, so it just looked like a bunch of scribbles on the page.
that's what happened. That's
But
all you had to do.
it's
That's it.
unique.
What? So,
Yeah.
what did you enjoy about the photo shoot? And I mean, great photographer, and obviously a great assistant that was right there next to you there. So,
You betcha.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. It got me out of class, so that was fun. But it was a cool experience. I had never done anything like that. I think they had to do a lot of edits on the pictures to make them look better, but they they did. They looked pretty sweet. I don't know.
yeah, you
I didn't never looked that good in my life.
well, the cool thing is that Katie does not actually have to do a lot of editing. She has a
Really.
very good eye, and she's just able to capture with
Hmm.
what she sees, and so she will tell you that it's the subject, not the environment.
That's right.
All right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
And it didn't
All
take
right.
very long. It was cool that they could get that good of pictures without taking a whole bunch of them in different settings and stuff. It was weird. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed
Yep.
sitting back and watching
I
Jay
was weird.
holding the
She was
flash.
awesome. Yeah.
That's right. There's right, Jay. We've gone through everything, but there's one thing that remains, and he did not leave the program. He stayed for the speed round. So, you got
Oh yeah,
any
I still have
special
time.
All right, good. Any special intro, Jay, that you want to do for the speed round?
Oh yeah. It's the speed round. Speed round. Welcome to the speed round. Yeah, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing the speed round with our guest, Joseph Kuster, and we are excited to dive in to this awesome program. So, Joseph, are you ready?
Oh, I guess.
All right, you are on the clock, sir. I told you it's not going to be that bad. So I have to know, and I really hope it's better than Ethan Blake's answer. All right, what is your favorite after game snack or meal?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably Sonic. Sonic grilled cheese hits different.
Man, there it is. Just so you have updated information, when I asked that to Ethan Blake, he said, white rice.
Oh,
And I was like, okay, so we're talking like some Chinese food, like you're putting some soy sauce, you're adding some flavors. And he's like, no, just white rice.
oh
And I
gosh.
was like, oh, that is the most Caucasian thing I've ever heard in my life. Look, listen, bud, I, I need, I need, well, you have to have some flavor. No, no, white rice. And I'm like, that's why he's so healthy and I weigh over 250 pounds. Anyways, so
Joe,
no, good answer, Sonic. I like it.
Joe, he
I like
that
it.
was one of the only times I've really ever seen Jay speechless. He could not he could not fathom not like having any meat or anything with it. I mean, he literally almost. I thought he was going to leave the program.
I
Really?
almost passed out. I almost passed out. That was total mind boggling to me. So anyway, good. You had a good answer.
Thank
Um,
you.
okay, good. All right. If your life was a story, what would it be titled?
Oh, I don't know. Bulletproof knees, probably.
I
Bulletproof
love it. I
knees.
love the irony. That's good.
Yep.
That is good. If you were a Disney character, who would you be?
Gaston.
Oh, all right, Gaston. All right. All right.
Yep.
What is one thing that most people don't know about you?
Oh, I don't know. I used to play club volleyball when I was younger, so that was fun.
Nice. All right. All right.
Yeah,
I've got some volleyballers in my family. My daughter loves it, so that's cool.
it's fun. It's great.
You've got some aunts that love it as well, and they're looking forward to playing with your daughter.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Channing is going to sign up and play this year too, so he's
Oh,
looking
cool.
forward to that. Yeah.
Awesome.
What animal are you secretly terrified of?
Snakes.
Okay.
Not a
Oh,
snake guy.
really? Well, let me show
Yes.
you what I saw out on the farm today.
Oh gosh.
I thought,
You will be just absolutely thinking, that's great. Let's see if I can pull that bad boy up there.
over. There you go.
Oh
Oh yeah.
no,
Oh yeah. Dad, is
I
it
would have started
climbing a
running the opposite
tree?
way.
It's climbing the tree next to the house.
What if it jumped off the tree and attacked you?
I was not that close. I had it on
Okay.
Zoom.
Okay. I'm just checking. I'm just checking. All right.
I would have done the
If
same.
you could teleport right now, where would you want to go?
Probably Spain.
Spain. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we got
Okay.
a comment here. I
Yeah,
love
we
this young man. Look at that.
got my friend Tasir Giannis down there at Coffee Zone. He's
Yep.
joining us on here. He's
He was my
a
soccer
awesome
coach for a
man.
little while when I was younger.
Yeah,
He's a great guy. Great coach.
absolutely, absolutely. Great man in the
That's
community too.
awesome.
Yep.
All right. What chore do you absolutely despise doing?
Laundry. I hate doing laundry. I have to go all the way downstairs and then I have to keep rotating it. I just want to do it and it be done.
Okay, so we're gonna have to add another question off of that. What are you gonna do when you go to college?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll have to grow up a little bit.
Because I'm
You know,
pretty
I want
sure
to.
your brothers aren't gonna do it for you.
No, no, no. They'll tell me to
Well,
suck it up and just get it done.
Yeah,
Dad and I
they might.
have to comment on this too. You tear your ACL. You have the perfect excuse to sit
Yeah,
around, do nothing except play video games and be fat and happy. And you say, I'm going to still wrestle. I'm still going to be super active. So when you get home, hey, can you go downstairs and change out the laundry? But I tore my ACL. Yeah, no excuses, bud. Get downstairs and get the laundry. You're just too
yeah.
good of a man. I'm telling you. You're too.
My
I would
mom's
have
a
milked it for 2 years.
my mom's a hard-headed lady. I wasn't able to milk it for 2 weeks after surgery. She was getting upset I couldn't do some of the chores. It was getting annoying.
Like, I
I
will
was
bring that.
upset.
I will bring that basket of laundry to you right now, young man.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Get off the couch and
I
take this
love it.
downstairs.
Oh man, that's good parents. Reminds me of me. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my last one for you, and this is just sort of to get some of your wisdom. What
Okay.
is one thing that calms you down when you're stressed?
Prayer.
Good
I
answer.
love praying. I don't know. It just takes me into a different zone. Praying in the shower is even better. I don't know. Something in the shower, you just lose thought of everything. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
That
Great
is
answer.
awesome. Very good.
All right, Dad, he's yours. What do you got?
All right. Well, I guess I want to pop off one more thing off of that before I actually saw a post today of a young man that you had invited to go with you to church a long time ago, and
Yes, sir.
saw that there was a special thing that happened with him. Was it last night?
It was Easter Vigil, so Saturday night.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he got accepted into the Catholic Church, and yeah, I'm super grateful that he was able to do that. He's an incredible kid. I love him.
Awesome. Very cool.
Very cool.
Okay, so I've got a few too.
Okay,
Most matches you had in one day.
5. That's the Misha limit. You can only have 5 matches.
Okay, that's a lot of matches anyway, though, right?
It is a lot. Yeah, I was taking naps in between each
One
one.
is one is plenty. I
Yeah,
5.
I agree.
Goodness. All right.
Now, I know this is kind of something that can get kind of crazy too. What's the most amount of weight that you had to cut within a short amount of time?
Um, my junior year, I was 8.3 over the night before. 8 pounds 3/10 over the night before. But luckily, I
How do
was.
you how do you even do that, Joe?
I don't know. It sucks. Go to
Yeah.
the Y, get a sweat going, sit in the sauna for a little bit. Hope you float some off the next day. Hope you got enough time.
Hmm.
Dad, I'd have to cut my leg off. It's the only way. Like, all right, let me just take off half a leg, see if this
Well,
does it.
we have found out tonight that it can be done in wrestling. So
It can be
you'll get
done.
along.
Yeah, a
You'll
lot
get
of
along.
guys cut more than that.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Here's one of the questions I know everybody's been waiting for. Ever pin one of your brothers?
Yep. Yeah. My brother
Ooh.
broke his foot, and I was able to pin him.
Oh,
Nice.
just like
Yeah.
Jay, going for the
Nice.
weakness. Going for the
Yeah.
weakness.
Or if they were already laying on their back, I just
Woo!
jump on top and hold on.
There you go.
Hope I can
Yeah.
hold it long enough.
Uh, no wonder Benjamin doesn't want to wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. What's your favorite sports movie?
A favorite sports movie. Um, Probably Remember the Titans. It's great.
Okay,
Or Rocky. Any Rocky movie is phenomenal.
those are both really good answers. Those are good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Jay on his podcast, they actually did kind of a countdown of some of the greatest sports movies, didn't you?
Really,
Oh
what was
yeah.
your number
Oh yeah.
one?
Number one, I think it ended up being "Remember the Titans" is the
There
countdown
we
that it
go.
landed on. People, that is just such a good movie.
It's,
Anyone I know that watches that's Denzel Washington at his finest. Like that's just a great movie.
it's incredible.
Can't go wrong
It
with the
is.
Rockies either. Those are
Uh-uh.
great. So you had
No,
great.
no,
He would have
absolutely
done
not.
great on the program.
Yeah, yeah, he would have been awesome.
Okay, I got two more. What
Okay.
Marvel character best describes your work ethic, except when it comes to laundry?
Okay, there you go. Um, hmm, probably probably the Hulk because he only wants to work in certain times. He comes out
Okay,
whenever he wants.
all right. That's a great
So
answer right there.
That's good.
thank you.
All right, and then okay, so the last one then. So you had the character. I mean, the describe your work ethic. Which Marvel character best describes your personality?
Um, Honestly, the Hulk. I have anger issues most of the time. I hide it pretty well, but or Iron Man. He's always joking around. So I don't know. I can't
I
take
think that's a
anything
good mixture.
seriously.
I think that's a good mixture. Bruce Banner,
Yeah.
Hulk, Iron Man. I think that's good. Tony
Thank you.
Stark.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've done an outstanding job, Jay. You got anything else that you want to ask, or
Oh man, no, he absolutely destroyed it tonight, just like you do. Anyone that steps on the mat with you. Great interview, man. Thanks so much for joining. This
Yeah.
was a
Thank
fun
you.
night.
Joe? I may be. We're going to have you hold on until we close out the
Okay.
program, but I'm going to talk to you afterwards about possibly also getting with my grandchildren when they come here in a couple of weeks, just to give them some tips that when their dad comes home and he's,
Okay.
we're going to have you teach them some moves. Maybe go for his weaknesses if you can help out with that.
Yeah. Every man's got a weakness.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And see, he didn't plan this out too well. He's got 5 kids, so it's 5-1 right there.
You
Now,
betcha.
granted one of them's only 1 year old, and I think you can still take him. So,
Yeah.
Dude,
You
all
when
right,
they team up against me, it's not good. It's not good. I fall down like a sack of potatoes. I'll tell you what.
betcha.
all right. Well, if you hold on for just a little bit, Joe, we'll be right back. But thank you again so much for being on with us tonight.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. What a great program, Jay. Wow, that was awesome.
Oh man, that was awesome. If you guys enjoyed tonight's program, you know what you need to do. Share our content, subscribe to us, and join us every Monday at 7 p.m. You know where we're going to be. We're going to be here on this program bringing you guys awesome guests. If we don't have any guests, we're going to be talking local sports, maybe sports going on a national level. But usually every week we've got some really cool guests to bring on here, and we just love having you guys join in, get to know these awesome I hate calling them kids because I feel like but these awesome young adults, it's what they are.
There you go.
And it's just, they're so inspiring. And some of their stories are just incredible. And so I loved being able to talk to Joe tonight, hear about all of the adversity he had to overcome with a torn ACL. He's way tougher than me. I'm telling you that right now. That kid is just tough. So join us every Monday at 7 o'clock so you can keep meeting these awesome young adults that are right there in mid Missouri. The biggest thing we want to be able to show you guys is how cool it is to have so many awesome people right there in mid Missouri. You can go check out these matches, support your local schools, show up and just cheer for them. That's one of the best things I've heard from them. If they just have support and people there to cheer them on, it just fires them up so much. So, anyways, this is One Nation, a Sports Locker magazine extra. We absolutely love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm the Sassy Sasquatch. That's my co-host, the Bald Eagle. We love you guys. God bless and have a great week.
Thank you, guys. God bless you. See you next week.